Okay, Friday morning in the kingdom, and can you guys see me? All right, see, I got my bright jacket on. All right, Sir Rodney sent them up for Christmas, okay? But they're a little bright, eh? I'm colorblind and it's just screaming at me, okay? But I got up this morning and I know I'm gonna have a bad day. Not because of the amount of vodka that I drank or I had to stay up late to load up that YouTube video, but my zipper malfunctioned on my Carhartts, okay? Who the hell is making these zippers? Do they have no quality or assurance or job security? Like this junk. Carhartt used to be good, and you could buy it and the zipper would outlast the outfit. Now, I think I'm on my third zipper on that jacket. Unreal. They just break. So how do these idiots climb Mount Everest with their north face, south face, or east face wardrobes on? They get halfway up the mountain and the zipper malfunctions. There's no quality anymore. Wait till the shitty ass quality becomes into the condoms and they break on the power stroke, and then we're going to be overpopulated in the world. I might have lots of kids, you know. I don't know. It's just unreal. Like, there's no quality. Doesn't somebody at these places that manufacture this stuff look at it and go, hey, we're having a lot of zipper problems. Maybe we should correct it. Oh, wait. It's the same people that own the garment industry or the zippers or jackets own the batteries. You know, we're making a product that doesn't work, but everybody seems to be happy because the bosses or the board of directors make lots of money. They don't care. They don't care if there's any quality. Like I say, I sure hope to hell we don't go to war because our equipment won't start. Our zippers will malfunction on our jackets, and we'll all have to be wearing these bright safety jackets when we go to war. Look at me, shoot me, shoot me. Oh, geez, enough of the rant. It's chilly this morning, and my new jacket is crispy. Yes, crispy. Can you hear it? Crinkle, 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 crinkle. Oh, but I'll only wear this for emergency purposes because this makes me look like I'm a worker, but I don't. I'm retired. I'm relaxing, having fun, staying up late, welding on a tank to make it, stuff like that. I don't know what I'm thinking. I should be like all my other friends in Honolulu. I think everybody's given up on going to Mexico and everybody went to Hawaii. Because when I grew up, Hawaii was the place to go. Okay, everybody went on a holiday to Hawaii and posted pictures or brought back the pictures, which were Polaroids back then, or you waited 2 weeks for the film to be developed. Now we're watching live feed from Honolulu as people sit on the beach and enjoy the overcast skies and enjoy the wind. Well, you could stay in Montana or Wyoming or Saskatchewan to enjoy the wind. Oh, wait. It's a lot colder there with that wind. Okay. All right. No beer truck today. Johnny finally emailed. He said he was uh, distracted or whatever. Okay. You might have a drinking problem like me and forget to hit the send button, okay? All right. I wonder what he does with all the damaged beer that he delivers. Maybe he keeps that case because he damaged it. Oh, we better not talk about that. All right. Okay. It was minus 32 Celsius this morning, but feels like minus 40 at 7 a.m. Yes, minus 40. It's chilly willy. Let's have a wrinkle. There we go. Crinkle, crinkle. Okay. Minus 26 on the yo-yo scale, but feels like minus 40. Okay, that's like 20 degrees different, but it's minus 40 Fahrenheit, so that's the same as minus 40 Celsius. Let's have a crinkle. Oh, there we go. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. All right. Maybe the jacket will get better when I wear it in, or I fall down and get up a few times and it'll wear in. Okay. But today is a shop day. The staff is going to go pick up all the mail that we got. Hopefully, Sir Rodney sent up the final pieces for the Linn Tractor. And she's doing my laundry too, so I'll have clean clothes to wear tomorrow because it's Saturday. Yes, Saturday's tomorrow. All right. And we're going to get on that Linn Tractor today. Hopefully, we have a production day. Also, too, I ran out of beer from Ed Martin's wife, so now the product of the day is Crush cream soda. Can you see it? Oh God, it's in the dark. I don't know what I'm doing. It's hard. This is a struggle. I want my freedom to go stand in the middle of the yard and scroll this way, scroll that way. But cream soda just tastes as good too with vodka or the peanuts. See, that's the joys at the end of the world. We can't be choosy on what we purchase. It's what's on the shelf is what we buy. Okay, so you know cream soda's on the shelf because nobody else is gonna buy it. That Pepsi and the Coke products are gone. Coke, they ship it up I think once every 2 months, and it's gone as soon as it arrives for some reason, because people like their Coke and cocaine and Coke and everything. You know, it's just unreal. But today will be a production day on the Linn Tractor, we hope. We're going to mount that tank if I can lift it up. We're going to put the PTO clutch in. We're going to do lots. And the dogs are barking because they can hear me crinkling. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Yeah, so they want to go for a walk, run and poop and pee everywhere in the bush. And then they'll get cold and beat me back to the house. Also, too, those planets are still lined up with the moon. I can watch them out my window of the house. And then when I went to the bed, okay, the northern lights are north of the kingdom. So I can't sit in my bed and watch them. But yesterday, or is it last night? I forget. I was drunk. Okay. The northern lights have moved south, so I can lay in bed and watch the northern lights dance across the skies. Oh, look at that hand movement, eh? Just like the Muppets. Okay. So if I have a lady friend over, she can look out the window and watch the northern lights dance in the sky instead of counting the ceiling tiles for the 2 minutes of ecstasy that she'll enjoy with me. Oh, I better not talk about that. But that's the thing is, okay, everything is based on seasons. The days are getting longer. The sun is coming back up from the south. It's going to start rising and setting in the east. The northern lights are moving down because we're going into the month of March, okay? So you don't need a calendar to figure out the weather systems and the patterns. You watch Mother Nature, the moon, the sun, the northern lights, you know you're coming into spring and stuff, okay? We still having cold days up here, but that is normal. Okay, I better go before Miss iPod has an issue here, because it's in where it's warm and I'm out here where it's cold. Let's go, crinkle, crinkle.
Okay, the staff is coming after lunch. We're going to lift the PTO clutch into the Linn Tractor, and then we can maybe finish this drive shaft here. Since how the weekends is the only time we play with dry shafts. And Sir Rodney has the other one done. We'll include that film at the end of this video. Okay, so they made a nice dry shaft, but then again they have the tools, the inventory, and the spray paint. So it turns out pretty good. So this morning I came out here and hung the hydraulic tank. Okay. I just put some pipes on it or some square tubing and just hung it off the front, because everything on the Linn Tractor here, this PTO pump or this hydraulic pump and this tank can come off to go on something else. If this V12 doesn't work out and then the hydraulic steering doesn't work out, we can put this unit on something else to make it work, okay? Because we have lots of other projects in the kingdom here to do, so we just kind of hung it out there. Plus I have to be able to get that little rad out to take this water pump off. Okay, it's still leaking or seeping, but we're checking on the internet right now to see what the seal is in behind here. It's kind of nice having the book and you can show a picture of what you're looking for, and hopefully things work out. All right, let's go have some lunch.
Good Friday morning, Kingdom followers. It's cold out here, Winnipeg, minus 38. Part 2 of the drive shaft is done. It is Sir Rodney at West Trans. Look at that. All nice, new, shiny, ready to go back on the truck. Beautiful job. There's our West Trans sticker. And we're going to give her back to the owner of the truck. He's going to put her back on. Going to be good for another 100 years.
Okay, after coffee in the kingdom, the staff and I struggled for 2 hours trying to get the PTO bell housing clutch thing in. All right, so this is trying like getting Dolly Parton into a training bra. It is next to impossible. We struggled, we fought, but when I had it apart, I made sure the clutch housing part, I set the discs in and then I put it into the flywheel. So I thought everything was good, but no, that didn't work out. So now we have to go to plan B. Okay, for plan B, to get these 3 discs to stay into place. Like, whoever thought of having a space in here, you think the 3 discs would be tight and then you got the right space. But no, and then this little lip here keeps them from falling in. All right, so what we did now was we took an O-ring, cut it, and we put it in here. So this should keep them centered or spaced. So then tomorrow morning when the silicone is dry, we'll take the Ofla knife and cut it, and then we should be able to get them in. But this is like the stupidest thing I ever seen, to the guy who invented the ventless gas cans. Like, that's totally stupid, that guy. Also, too, these clutch discs have been here for 20 years in the kingdom, so they could be 40 years old. We're not spending any money on this PTO stuff. We just want to know if this V12 runs and drives, and then we'll look for a proper transmission. So we're going to struggle and complain about the world's rotation with these discs here. So we're creating our own problems, like when we said I do. Oh, I got the burps. I ate a bunch of Smarties. I treated myself. Oh well, better get back to work. Okay, the post office was nice enough to get our package to the end of the world, so we got some hydraulic hoses. We got more hydraulic hoses. Oh, look at that. I'm walking and talking at the same time. So we got the cylinder hydraulic hoses, the valve body hydraulic hoses, the fancy fitting that we had to measure up, the breather cap, the exhaust clamps to hold the U-pipes into place because with the weight and everything and the rotation of the earth, they could fall apart. The last of the step clamps, and we're good to go, I think. Oh, and the U-clamps over here. All right. Okay, I was able to cut the silicone with the Ofla knife, and the O-ring is in here. So now we'll let it dry up overnight. And then when we go to put these into place, they should form a tight thingy-mabob in the disc housing or whatever. I've never seen anything like this. This is a nightmare. Oh well. I know the engineer went on to invent greater things like the ventless gas can. Okay, it's kind of dark on this side of the shop, but this is what it turned out. It turned out pretty good. I didn't really want the suction and the returns all on one side, but if this thing's going to leak oil, it's going to be on this side, okay? I don't want oil on that side. I don't want anything like that, you know what I mean? But you have to remember, these are extra heavy-duty hoses because that's what West Trans deals in quality, okay? So we got the hoses this length. It kind of looks like a mess, but you got to remember, all this hydraulics has to come out if we put a transmission in. And also, too, we're investing money in this hydraulics to go on something else. Like once we figure out this Linn, we can downsize the hydraulics, but we had the pump, we had this, we had that, we had all this stuff. But we can also go down to a smaller hydraulic pump, smaller system, once we figure it out. But this money not wasted, it's invested because everything we do in the kingdom, we reuse, repurpose, and stuff like that. So this will work out pretty good. I marked everything with my yellow paint pen, okay? So once we get this PTO clutch in, and then we can start mounting the hydraulics into there. But everything has to be mounted so it can come out as a unit without cracking the hydraulic hoses and getting oil everywhere. So I've had enough today. All I've done was play with hoses. I'm glad that Sir Rodney got this shipped up on the long weekend because I got a lot done and it looks pretty good. And look at the time. I think we're going to call it a day and quit at 5 o'clock. Oh my, the boss will be upset. Okay, the joys of quitting during the daylight or whatever early, it's daylight. So look at the flag exercise. But that wind is chilly. Hopefully this is the last cold day. And then we can get working outside in the yard here. Because the yard's a mess. Oh, I got the burps again from those peanuts. Okay, we're going to be short on this video. So we'll add some short videos from the past, okay? That way you guys know my history and all the stupid stuff. I mean, all the stuff I've done in the past, okay? All right, talk to you later. Okay, I'm getting smart. I don't have my mic on, but I'm preheating the Thor, the plow truck with the little diesel heater down there. I don't know if you can see it. We'll walk closer, but you'll probably only hear the heater, not me, because the mic is in the shop and I'm outside wandering around aimlessly lost. That way it looks good on camera, I guess. Okay, I'll try to start the truck. Well, that went a lot easier preheating the motor like it was 1950 with crappy batteries. But now I'm going to have to find some other excuse to drink vodka because the little heater worked out pretty good. So I'll let the truck warm up and then I'll go find some rocks, plow some snow. Okay, Thor did an excellent job coming from the yard down to the front gate, which is hasn't been plowed. It's nice to plow because it's sugar snow and the airport blade, as we call it, cuts to the ground. So it's nice sandy soil with lots of rocks, so the trip blade works pretty good. And as you can see, we'll just open the gate and plow a little bit out just to tease the locals because we're not open for business. We're retired. Okay, that took, 10 minutes to plow out? Thor is a perfect plow truck for up here in the north. It's hard to believe he's made for the United States Air Force. That's it. Just plowed a big snowbank up there. So when the winter roads start, I can maybe open it up if I have some customers if I want. Okay, more to come. Okay, last and final thing to do with Thor the plow truck is use the air tank on the truck to fill the air or put air in the tires in the hot rods that are in this van trailer. I went and picked the staff up because she's going to take some of my beer back. But we got to put air in the tires so these things roll, because the tow truck's here tomorrow to move things around for us. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Okay, it's only minus 37 in the kingdom here. The sun's out. It's from the south. And as you can see, we got a little science project happening here, just like on Sesame Street, as you could say. Or Bill Nile, the science guy. That's 7590 gear oil. And it doesn't flow, as you can see that. It's kind of soft like the bacon grease. And I'll give you an idea how cold it is. There we go. There's my 10 by 30 house that I live in. And the wood stove. And you can see that we live in the north because the satellite dish points flat. Okay, anybody around Florida and stuff, the satellite dish points straight up because that's where the satellites are, in the sky. All right, I'm going to go freeze my tushy off. Okay, here we are. It's freezing. We're cold. The tow truck is having problems with the hydraulics, which is normal, but just take your time and go slow. But it's more than we can expect. Here's the hot rods that were in the van trailer. And there's the staff. So we got one more to come out of the van trailer. It's right at the front. Not very good videos. But here we go. These are the hot rods. And of course we have to get a new tow truck to do all this because it's well worth it. Okay, here's the 37 Dodge hot rod truck that I wrote my books, the Naughty Natalie series on, coming out of the storage trailer. First time since 2015. So this is the truck that got me 145 mile an hour speeding tickets. We painted it black, so it looks good. Hey, see how it's so freaking cold, we're using the mini hose to get everything back into the van trailer. Alright, this will work out good. The mini hose working excellent for pushing the cars back in the van trailer. Good thing we smart, think before we work harder. Alright. Well, it's official, the pink crew cab's going south. We've had enough, served me well. Alright, talk to you later. Okay, Tuesday afternoon, I did all my paperwork in the morning, so now I can come out to the shop and play. So these cats came into the shop on Saturday when it was -4. They were covered in snow, so this will tell you how close everything is in the shop. So the main thing is to get the cats in and thaw it out. This is the D69U, known as the Bismarck, that was underwater for 3 years, along with the other D6 cat known as the Hood. So I have to do a little bit of work on it. Okay, and then we have the little Ag cat from the south, the little Aggie, which is the TD6, and a T stands for tiny, so it's a D6 too, but just tiny. And we can get everything to fit in here, plus the wood for the wood stove as we chop it away. And you can see the puppy's just not sure what's going on. As soon as I get the camera out, just like a child, it has to act up. And the doors just fit on closing, but more to come. Okay, we got some freight supplies from the south this morning at the post office, so the staff was busy today unpacking everything. And we get our tinfoil in the large packets here, so you can see how big they are. So the staff, I guess, was watching Weird Al Yankovic's 2014 video called Foil, because he knew way back then that we'd be making little tin hats in the year 2022. Okay, coffee time's over. Okay, after coffee or before coffee, I was able to get the little TD6 out of the shop. That means tiny D6. And back in October in the rains and the first snows, we put the hard nose on the D69U, known as the Bismarck, and we put these cylinders on. So now we have to get everything all hooked up, and we have to make brackets so everything fits back on, like the grill guards, because I just kind of set them on. And as you can see, this is where they bolt. That's my finger. Okay, and down here, my finger again, it's gone. But that's normal. These cats bounce off of rocks, they have a good time, they work hard, and that's part of winter freighting. Okay, and then we have the hood we have to finish, because we kind of just jimmy rigged it in, and the windshield frame is all complete, almost sort of thing, but we'll figure it out. And we did have the grease gun out and the pail of lube, because you always have to keep these cats lubed. Okay, I'm going to go drink some beer. Talk to you later. Coffee time in the kingdom, and the staff is ready. I mean, the guard dog's ready. We got the hydraulic hose that Rodney sent us because it comes in the mail truck. It's kind of cold in the truck, so that we wrestled with it to get it to lay out flat by the wood stove here. And we whipped up some headlight brackets, which are actually to hold the well, it's more for winching or come along up the hydraulic cylinders, because if we break one or whatever in the bush or at Dairy Queen while we're cruising around waving at the ladies, we can always lift up the cylinders. So I got the cylinders where I want them to figure out the hoses. So everything was going good, cleaning up the parts, and we ordered 30 of these O-rings, because that's what the book said. So 30 divided by 2 is 15 according to Sesame Street. All right, so we have enough for 2 cats. So on the one tube here, the O-ring fits, and then on the other end, it doesn't. No, they're not the same. Just like on Sesame Street, they're not the same. So I checked my supply of seals, and there's nothing really in the boxes or whatever. So, well, we'll just keep plugging away, go have some coffee and think about it. I'll put some vodka in my coffee, so make my day go better. Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but the Tiger torch is making lots of noise because we're boiling water to get the hose to expand so we can put the fittings on. Oh, there's my hand. So we want to push that on with nice hot hose, and it's a struggle today because it's cold. The hose is cold, the shop is kind of warm, and this hose does not flex. It's like dancing with my first ex-wife. Oh, I better not have said that. Well, it's 8:30 at night, and I knew I'd be working late, so the staff made me supper. But even I had my cheat sheet from 2008 that shows you to crisscross the hoses. So the great fun today was wrestling with these. And you got to get them to fit down in here. And then the fun part is these clamps, because you got to get them to fit. And you have to get the hose to lay. And I mean lay, so you can't be twisted or fighting with it. And we get them to fit down in here. We can see down there, and then over here on the other side we got it long. So this side here, or whatever they call for 55 inches or 57 inches, we're cutting these hoses at about 73 inches because this is the cold and the Great White North. So we make things longer so we can shorten them and stuff like that. We create our own problems, like when I said I do. Okay, the puppy dog's had enough and it's time to go eat supper. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Well, we're done for the day. We worked straight through because we wanted a light day and get it finished. We got the headlights on. We even had to put some lights up on the windshield because of the V-plow. When you lift the V-plow up, you can't see. We learned that from when we had a V-plow on the D69U known as the hood. Okay, so one of the joys of living at the end of the world is when you make a mistake, it works out for the better. I ordered 25 feet of hose or whatever on the spool, and I got 250 feet. See my finger there? Okay, so that works out good because we put all our electrical into hoses. So you can see it here. So we got the lights hooked up. Oh, there's my finger. Okay, we got the lights hooked up. I used my red pen because it said red and I'm colorblind. That works out good. Plus we got the hoses all sitting nice, but somebody put an electric fuel pump in. So that's my finger. So now it's kind of in the road, but that'll work out. It'll all get happy. And another thing, we had to take a plug out, and this is rubber steel, I guess you'd call it, because that's what it took to get the plug out. So now I'm going to sell this on eBay and then cancel the order. Buyers or whatever, home address doesn't work or whatever, just like all the eBayers are doing to me when I'm trying to buy stuff because I can't get it locally. Oh well, the world's coming to an end. Well, I'm going to go drink some beer, and we'll talk to you later. Okay, it's 10:30 in the kingdom. It's been a struggle right from 8:30 this morning when I walked the dogs. We are in a windstorm here, which is like a southern normal day, I guess you'd say. Oh, there's a 37 Dodge. Okay, and a screaming Ford. And the wind is unreal. I got my Lily Tomlin mic around my neck because I got my scarves on and everything. I'm heavy breathing. It's not because I was in the bedroom or put my socks on at my age. It just goes to show you what it's like here trying to water the dogs, feed the dogs, get the wood. And as you can see, the front gate, I plowed it last Sunday. The wind is blowing the snow away. Now I have dirt or sand. So that means the rocks are now exposed for when I plow the snow. Okay, follow me. We'll spin around. Don't get dizzy. Oh, and my daughter's 45 Chevy 3-ton. Just do a quick walk through the kingdom here. That way you guys can know that I'm freezing. All right, we got the Black Fleet over there, the wing from the airplane, which is the wrong plane. We salvaged the TD9 known as Freefall. He's been sitting there for about 2 years. He has issues. And then we got the little
TD6 known as Aggie. He's ready to go to take the sleigh or the skid trailer over to my daughter's house when the wind stops, because the back lane is now drifted in because we are not used to the wind. And we have the Linn Tractor, the welding sleigh, Thor the plow truck, which we'll have out later today or tomorrow, and of course the V-plow from the Bismarck that's in the shop. And the parts arrived for the D6 9U known as the hood, so he can go back in the shop and get the clutch put in. All right, I've had enough. My hand is cold. The camera's cold. I've had enough. I'm going inside and drink some hot coffee and some vodka.
With it snowing and blowing outside in the kingdom, and it's like I grew up down south with all that wind or whatever. No wonder I left. I'm in the shop here instead of working in the garden, working on my tan because it's too nasty outside. So I'm drilling out these holes here, as you can see with my finger. I need these little plates here for the hard nose grills, because I'm not going to thread and bolt holes in where missing, because I know I'm just going to screw up and those things are just going to fall out. So this is the way the hood is, with these little brackets, and then you weld them on the grill, weld them on the hard nose, and drop the bolt through. So at my age, I know it's easier to drill the holes and then cut the pieces out, because if I cut the pieces out then try to drill the holes, they're all different sizes and shapes. And another important thing here is, since how we have dogs as guard dogs in the kingdom, they live in the shop, is the metal curls or curlicues or whatever you want to call them. We have to be very careful they don't end up on the shop floor, because they get in their paws, and the dogs don't like that. And I don't like my dogs when they're limping around, because they need to be for protection. Okay, we had to work late to get this done, because I need it done because I need to put the winter front on to keep this cat warm, because I got to go plow some snow because it kind of blew in. But each one of these pieces had to be handcrafted to fit, you know, just like those guys that advertise after midnight on TV, like my lawyer. But each one had to be ground fit to make it work. See, down here it's nice and flat, and then up here it's kind of got a nice little curve to it. So, but we got it done. It's Friday night. Now I can go drink some beer, and of course the puppy's right at the wood stove. So we better not watch. Oh, he's just cleaning his feet, so that's good. Okay, we'll talk to you later.
Okay, we woke up to minus 35, but feels like minus 42. And Aggie, the ag cat from the south, started no problem on gas, switched to diesel, which is normal. So if he doesn't start, he goes back south to warm up in the scrap melting pot. These cats have to start and run at these temperatures, but also, again, we don't use these cats when it's plus 40 or warm. Okay, now we're going to try and do some snow in the yard here. And the wind is chilly. I don't know if you're picking it up on the mic here, but it'd be nice to have the big cat. Parts are arriving slowly for it, but we'll do with what we can with the little TD6, better known as the tiny D6.
Okay, this is how cold it is. My 100-pound bottle of propane inside the shop was nice and warm, but it ran out. Oh well. And so I brought in the 20-pound barbecue tag, and it barely has enough liquid or gas in it to run the tiger torch to try to start the wood stove over here. That tells you how cold it is when the propane is supposed to be a gas is in a liquid form. Oh well, I chose to live up here. Okay, it's 5 o'clock and we're just about done for the day. Now I got a couple hours of plowing with Thor the plow truck. But we knew he would have issues starting because the Swedish kid wants us to have cheap ass batteries. But oh well. We took an hour and a half to heat it, boost it, and get it running. Good thing we have a Dodge that you can't kill because of the slant 6, the lazy 6 that fell over. So now, after all this fun we had today, we've had 2 cats up and going. We moved the shed, and it was a successful day. But I think it's officially cold. I don't know. We're used to it. Okay, I'm going to go plow snow and then I can drink some beer, so we'll talk to you guys later. Sunday morning in the kingdom and minus 28, so it feels a lot warmer than yesterday. We got the 39 Chevy up and running to haul some water, so I can have a bath and treat tonight in the kingdom. And we're using the 39 Chevy today because of the knobby tires on the back, because these are Goodyear Wranglers or Duratracs or whatever they're called. These tires have traction. And we don't run them on the 86 Dodge because the 86 Dodge does not have the power to spin them or turn them because of the slant six that fell over, the lazy motor. More to come. Okay, warmed up to minus 24. Great day for hauling water. It's 3 o'clock coffee time, and we dropped the water truck off with the trailer, or the 39 off with the trailer at the staff's house at 1 o'clock. It takes 2 hours to fill the tank, which is easy to see because the water of Whoville is this color. So it's easy to see on the camera. So, but oh well, fish have sex and it's a fact of life. And we parked this far away from the shop, so any spilt water is an ice field out here on the ground, not close to the door where I slip and fall. It only took me, 10 years to figure that out? Alright, so we go in the shop here. I'm walking carefully because I don't want a slip and fall accident recorded. Okay, we got the truck in the shop here. And here's the water tank. And we're also pumping the water from the tank up to the house, which is going by the garden hose. So that's a self-draining line. So there's a 100-gallon tank in the house, so everything has to work accordingly. So we fill this tank and pump up at the same time, everything should fit, in theory. Alright, I'm done for the day. We're going to drink some beer and relax. Talk to you later.